So up first, Amy Schumer and her husband, Chris Fisher, welcomed their son into the world about a year ago. And they named him. But then they started having second thoughts about his name. And so Amy revealed on Three Girls, One Keith, a podcast, that her son's original name, Gene Attell Fisher, sounded a little too close to the word genital. Gene Attell. Attell. Yeah. So they were like, let's run it back, rewind. And in an effort to honor both her father, Gordon David Schumer, and her best friend, comedian Dave Attell, the name is now Gene David Fisher. So my question to you all is, because I've never heard this happen before. But is it ever too late to run it back as a parent and be like, you know what? We thought that was a good name, but we gonna switch it up.
Wait, I have a question for your question, Amanda. Do you think, I mean, obviously not, but is it weird that nobody ran the first, the middle, the last name together? Like, I would try it out?
Well, also as comics, like, I feel like that's the first thing I heard when they said it. Because as a comic, I'm like, ha, 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 ha. Well, as a comic and a child, I was like, ha, 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 ha. But
right.
But I'm just like, I've always heard about people deciding they want to change their name, but I've never heard of parents changing the kid's name like that, and even I've heard of parents waiting, and then there's cultures that have name ceremonies where the baby doesn't get a name until after a certain amount of time and a name ceremony. So what do you guys think about like?
This sounds like Amy, first of all. It sounds like Amy. Amy would do something like this, and then she would totally have to change the poor baby's name. You would think after 9 months, I mean, she had 9 months to come up with something, and then she waited like a whole nother, like 6 or 7 months. But he's such a cute baby.
A year.
So 2 years.
I want to know, I wish I was a fly on the wall when they found out. Like, when it started like clicking to them, like, oh no, like, were they drunk?
Well, let me tell you what I think. I think you're the parent, you gave birth, do whatever you damn well please. It's your kid. You gave him the name in the first place. If you want to switch it up, go for it. I just think there's more of an age, like, where this shouldn't be done. That's like when the kid is old enough to decide, like, no, I like my name. I don't like, you can't be like, I'm 16,
we don't like your name.
I always wanted to name you Elizabeth instead. Like, that just gets weird. But
I always think about dogs. I always think about
because it used to, when you adopt a dog, right? And then maybe they've already had a name, and then you want to change it, and they're so used to being responsive to a certain name. But this was the middle name, so this makes it a lot easier, because a child is going to know what their name is around the time they're a year, So, but because it's the middle name, I don't think it's that much.
It's not that serious.
It's not. It's not that. It's not that.
Did you have name options for your children? I know that straight off the bat, you know exactly what your daughter's name was going to be always. Did you always know Aiden? But you did have some time finding the middle name, Talia, for Araya.
Yes.
So was there other option, and did you ever consider changing it?
No, it was like Tatiana. I was looking at other names, but
T-names.
We really took our time. Sorry, what was that, Adrienne?
I said it was T-names. You were looking for T-names.
Yes,
letters.
Looking for T-names. We really took our time, so when we decided the name, it was definite. And I like their names: Araya Talia Housley and Aiden John Tanner Housley. And I love my name too, Tamara.
And what's your middle name?
Darvette.
Oh.
I have never had a Darvette.
Amanda, what's your middle name?
Yeah.
Ingrid. I am
Amanda Ingrid.
Ingrid.
And all this time I thought it was Diva.
No, because my name was Amanda Diva for so long, and I was in grad school, and I got it put on my degree. So, like, my Columbia graduate degree says Amanda Diva Seal.
Diva.
Because
really?
it was on It was on all my work IDs. So I was able to get a notary public to acknowledge it as like, this is an official name.
That's how I originally knew you.
But that's me.
In New York.
My mama wasn't like, you are now anointed diva. You know, like that's different.